Thank you for joining me today. I'm Margaret Anderson Kelleher, the Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives. This week, the Capital Investment Committee of the Minnesota House traveled to southeastern Minnesota to visit with residents, business owners, and members of the community to hear and to see the effects of the recent flooding in Southeast. I'm hopeful that we can join together and rebuild this area of the state and help folks gain hope again. All across southeastern Minnesota, families are in a race against time. The raging floodwaters are gone, but the very survival of their communities is still at stake. Members of the Minnesota House of Representatives toured the damage and listened to these Minnesotans' stories.
I am lucky to be alive. My husband saved me in our basement out of the waters.
The memories are all too fresh. But as summer gives way to fall, these families have little choice but to move forward.
Our house is totally destroyed. Our vehicles are gone.
Walk down the main street in Rushford and you will see the water-soaked boxes, the furniture, and you will smell the smell of a flood-soaked building. This business community was thriving. Now many owners who built their life, built their community, wonder whether they'll be able to find money to rebuild.
But the more that we take out, it's just adding more and more to our reconstruction costs.
Wherever you go in southeastern Minnesota, people want to know, when will the governor call a special session, call the legislature back to deal with the disaster?
I don't have a clue where we're going from this point. FEMA has offered us $2,000 to rebuild our home. And how am I supposed to go back to my kids and tell them, what are we going to do with $2,000? We have nothing to go by with $2,000. You can't rebuild a trailer that's been submerged in water with 1 foot of it sticking out of the water with $2,000. I really hope that you guys can come through for us, not just us in the trailer court, but our whole town. And we have not been able to clean up yet because we had contamination in there. Now they're telling us after 2.5 weeks that we have to go in and clean out our trailers that have been sitting there with no help. We need help.
So thank you, first of all, for digging in and cleaning up this horrible mess. And thank you for sticking with it and staying with the community. I think it's so important. I grew up in a small town community. I grew up on a farm outside Mankato. I know how important this small town is to Minnesota. We will get this done. We're going to keep pushing on this. We need to put the politics aside and get the special session done. That is my commitment to you standing here today.